Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't even been a week since Dipu Chandra Das was lynched and burnt alive in Bangladesh. And now another Hindu man is dead. Amrit Mondal has been beaten to death by a mob. The Bangladesh government claims this was not communal violence and has linked it to an alleged extortion attempt. But let's ask the basic question. Is this how a democracy functions? There was no trial. Amrit wasn't sent to police custody. There was no due process of law. Instead, a man was publicly beaten to death. The BJP now says it is increasingly hard to believe these lynchings are isolated incidents. Because when Hindus are repeatedly targeted and the state keeps offering explanations instead of accountability, denial begins to look like complicity.
वहाँ की माइनॉरिटीज, वहाँ की हिंदू जो बांग्लादेश की आजादी में जिनका बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा, आज उनको अपने ही देश में प्रताड़ित होना पड़ रहा है, प्रताड़ना हो रही है, मारा पीटा जा रहा है। बांग्लादेश की सरकार कट्टरपंथियों की सरकार है और जानबूझ के हिंदू को टारगेट किया जा रहा है। पूरे दुनिया में इसका विरोध हो रहा है, भारत ने भी इसका विरोध किया है, शेख हसीना ने भी इसकी निंदा की है।
The center has taken serious note of what some prefer to call isolated incidents in Bangladesh. Today, the External Affairs Ministry once again condemned the brutal lynching of Dipu Chandra Das and flatly rejected the effort to explain away mob violence as anything but violence and unacceptable. For those insisting this is just media exaggeration, the MEA responded with numbers. The center has cited over 2,900 documented attacks on minorities during the tenure of Bangladesh's interim government alone. When the reality is alarming, one doesn't really need the tool of exaggeration.
We have been closely following them. The unremitting hostility against minorities in Bangladesh, including Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists, at the hands of extremists, is a matter of grave concern. We condemn the recent gruesome killing of a Hindu youth in Mymensingh. Over 2,900 incidents of violence against minorities, including cases of killings, arsons, land grab, have been documented by independent sources during the tenure of the interim government. These incidents cannot be brushed aside as mere media exaggerations.
As evidence of systemic persecution keeps piling up, so does the anger. For days now, streets across India have seen protesters demanding accountability and action. And yet the denial lobby is working overtime to offer cover fire. For them, even 2,900 incidents of minority persecution don't qualify as grave enough.
वो जेनोसाइड नहीं है, नहीं है, नहीं है। उसको जो लोग जेनोसाइड कहते हैं वो भारत के मुसलमानों के साथ नाइंसाफी कर रहे हैं, उनकी अनदेखी कर रहे हैं। या तो इसको भी जेनोसाइड कहिए और फिर उसको भी जेनोसाइड कहिए, ठीक है, मान लेते हैं हम। आप 50 लोगों की हत्या को जेनोसाइड नहीं कहेंगे, 10 लोगों की हत्या को, 15 लोगों की हत्या को जेनोसाइड कहेंगे।
Viewers, Maulana Sajid Rashidi might not think that the situation in Bangladesh is grave enough despite large-scale communal targeting of minorities, but there are others in India who think that isolated incidents of lynching are enough to qualify India as Lynchistan, like Mehbooba Mufti's daughter Iltija Mufti, citing a report on lynching of a Bengal resident lynched in Odisha. She says that our country must not be called India, Bharat or Hindustan, but should be called Lynchistan. And not one voice in the opposition sees anything wrong with this terminology.
पूरे मुल्कस में इंटॉलरेंस बढ़ेमस, लिंचिंग छ गसान, बाकी ये बांग्लादेशस में गसान छ बड़ तकलीफ छ गसान, मगर तम साथ छ यम नफर तत क्रिटिसाइज छ करन तिम छ येते वुछान तिमन ब्रोड कोन छ लिंचिंग गसान जबान छ।
What about the lynching of all those Hindus who were lynched in Bangladesh? They used to be 29%. No, they're hardly 9% over there. In Pakistan, your favorite country, let me tell you one thing, 34% Hindus were there. No, they're hardly 2.3%. In Kashmir only, there was lynching of Mr. Ayub Pandit by those people of his own faith. What do you have to say about that?
While even one lynching is too many and unfortunate, and those responsible must face the strictest punishment determined by law, does that mean that whataboutery is justifiable? The very same people who question silence over lynchings in India cannot find their voice to say that Islamist radicals killed Deepu Chandra Das. Instead, they look for connections to India and float action-reaction theories.
बांग्लादेश में जो माइनॉरिटी पर अटैक हो रहा है वही अटैक भारतवर्ष में इंडिया में भी स्पेशली डबल इंजन गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से माइनॉरिटी पर होते जा रहा है। क्या ये इस दोनों के अंदर कोई संबंध तो नहीं है?
यहाँ ये यही करते हो ना आप, यहाँ मुसलमानों का लिंचिंग का कम करते हो।
Had there been Prime Minister of Congress Party, I would say that it could have been difficult, definitely a different scenario altogether.
Unfortunately, while this ecosystem shies away from speaking up, they do not hesitate from targeting even non-political voices like actor Janhvi Kapoor, who say they are pained by barbaric targeting of Hindus in Bangladesh. One Instagram post from the actor slamming slaughter and inhumane public lynching of Deepu Das has made her victim of vicious online trolling. But slowly other celebs are now speaking up and asking, why are all eyes not on Bangladesh?
आज मैं बहुत दुखी हूँ। आज मेरा कलेजा फट रहा है ये सोचकर कि एक इंसान के साथ इतनी दरिंदगी कैसे हो सकती है।
देखो, ऐसा है कि गाजा या फिलिस्तीन में होता है तो सब लोग बाहर आते हैं, लेकिन जब बांग्लादेश में एक निष्पाप हिंदू को मारा जाता है तब कोई बाहर नहीं आता। ये बड़ी दुख की बात है।
So ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. The opposition that doesn't condemn persecution of Hindus in Bangladesh, and even when they do, it is with conditions attached. Are they right in branding India as Lynchistan without any compunctions? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight with me, Radhika Khera, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining me is Ishkaran Bhandari. He's an advocate in the Supreme Court. Sushant Sareen, senior consultant at the ORF. Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party joining the debate. Waris Pathan, national spokesperson of the AIMIM. Dr. Rajkumar Rajan, national spokesperson of the RJD. But my first question goes to Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party. And I want to ask you, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, those who cannot find their voice, those who justify action-reaction between India and Bangladesh, do they have the right to call India as Lynchistan? I said even one lynching in India is too many and should be dealt with in the strictest possible law. But to call India Lynchistan when you can't find your voice to condemn Hindu killings in Bangladesh, is that fair?
Navika ji, good evening to your viewers. What is happening in Bangladesh is very, very concerning, and we demand from the government not just the words but action. Government should take some action. However, what we feel is that government closes its eyes when something similar start happening in India. That is also very alarming. Do we want to create India like Bangladesh? Do we want to make India like Bangladesh? If the atrocities are happening on the minorities in Bangladesh, we should do the same in India. I don't think this is the India we as an Indian want. Because जब हम सुबह प्रार्थना करते हैं तो हम पढ़ाया जाता है धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो. And this is we chant and worship Sarvo Bhavantu Sukhina. Now the problem with this government is, Navika ji, this government neither has morality nor the spine. They are promoting hate in their own country, and they are not able to protect the rights of the minorities, which are getting atrocities on the religious line in another country. So this government is total failure. Its diplomacy is failed, its morality is failed, and they are just creating environment कि एक आंख फोड़ दी, अगर वहां किसी की आंख फोड़ी गई तो हम यहां भी आंख फोड़ेंगे. I can give you 3 examples. Man lynched by RSS goons in Kerala, government closed his eyes. Man lynched in Odisha, government closed his eyes. Akhlaq case recently, government wanted acquittal of all the lynchers of Akhlaq. If government is of that sort, how can you expect this government will protect the rights of...
So will you call India?
Indians,
will you call India Lynchistan?
Or other minorities?
Will you call India not Bharat, not Hindustan, but Lynchistan? Are you justifying that statement of Iltija Mufti? Ashwini Kumar, please answer the question fair and square.
I'm not justifying. India is not... No, India is not Lynchistan, but the kind of fear-mongering, kind of hate politics, kind of environment
you know, when you took 3 minutes to come to the conclusion that India is not Lynchistan, is the time when I begin to question why these people in the opposition, Radhika Khera, lose their voice. Janhvi Kapoor, somebody like Janhvi Kapoor has come out and spoken in total favor of protecting minorities and condemning the violence that's happening in Bangladesh. Even she's being trolled. I want to ask you, is this an ecosystem that absolutely has bleeding hearts for any other violence unless it happens to Hindus? When it happens to Hindus, then suddenly they lose their voice. Is this a pattern that we see now?
Good evening to everyone. Navika ji, the Ministry of External Affairs has categorically stated on record that Hindu youth has been brutally killed. There is unremitting hostility against minorities, 2,900 documented incidents of violence against Hindus, Christians and Buddhists during this tenure of the interim government. And these incidents cannot be brushed off as just media exaggeration. And this is the official stand of India. Now let's examine the political response. You highlighted Janhvi also. And who created a video commenting on what kind of beauty treatments has Janhvi Kapoor gotten done? The same Dhruv Rathi, whose videos are used as political propaganda and in the rallies and in the election campaigns of the Congress party. So clearly Congress is standing with those who make horrible. Horrible is a very small word to use for the video that has been made by Dhruv Rathi on the actress. They're standing with that and they use his videos. Let's leave that aside for a moment. Let's come to the High Command. Let's start right from there. That is where the rot is actually beginning. The High Command, who was crying rivers for Batla House encounter, not one drop, not one word has come out from Ms. Sonia Gandhi regarding the Hindus being killed. What has happened to Priyanka Vadra, who used to carry bags of Palestine to Lok Sabha? Not one bag, nothing. Not one tweet from Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He's busy partying somewhere or whatever. He's tweeting on everything. He goes abroad, calls for foreign intervention into Indian soil, says yahan ki democracy khatre mein hai, but refuses to talk about Hindus being lynched regularly. And it's not there. If you see, when this interim government took over, I have Rahul Gandhi's tweet here in front of me. He didn't say anything. It was a very normal tweet ki haan, theek hai, swift restoration of peace and normalcy is the need of the hour. While our Prime Minister, our government stand has been clear from day one. He categorically said that we hope for an early return to normalcy, ensuring the safety and protection of Hindus and all minority communities. This is what the line of our Congress, of our Bharatiya Janata Party government has been.
Not Prime Minister of India.
Dhruv Rathi is your poster boy. Why does Congress Party? I didn't speak over you. I didn't speak over you. You have a problem. You always
Dhruv Rathi is not the Prime Minister of India.
This is not fair. I don't.
It is Narendra Modi who is the Prime Minister of India. What action you have taken?
Okay, he's not the Prime Minister of India, and we know that, Ashwini Kumar Mishra. But the fact is, who gives him the license to troll? What gives him the license to troll Janhvi Kapoor? Who gives him the license to troll Janhvi Kapoor just because she has expressed her solidarity with minorities in Bangladesh because they are Hindus? That's why he has the license to troll them. I ask you this because Abbas Haider, let me also tell you that in Odisha, on the basis of what has been said by Iltija Mufti, let me tell you the difference. 6 people have been arrested in Odisha for the lynching incident that has happened. And that is action under the law that must be taken. But 13 people got a life term for lynching of a father and son in Murshidabad. Hargobind Das and Chandan Das were lynched and killed during protests over the Waqf Amendment Act. Does that mean now Mamata Banerjee's Bengal should also be called Lynchistan? तब तो नहीं आवाज निकली किसी की, पर इल्तिजा मुफ्ती भारत को ओडिशा के एक इंसिडेंट पर ये कह रही हैं, why not Bengal?
Navika, I don't agree with what Irtija has said about India, first of all. Second thing, Navika ji, this is a known fact. Please don't take it otherwise. But I believe that India is father of Bangladesh, both father and mother, because we have given birth to Bangladesh. और बाप का माँ का ये फर्ज होता है कि जब बच्चा बिगड़ जाए तो उसको कान पकड़ के ठीक करें. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट जेंटल पेरेंटिंग हियर, नाविका जी. वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड at this point of time, all the Indians, all the people who believe in equality, who believe in justice, need a divisive action, a decisive action from the Indian government, because all they do is divisive politics. It's time to get away with this divisive politics and do something decisive. Because Navika ji, what the government has done, we have seen what the Indian government have done. There is a bilateral trade of $13.5 billion between India and Bangladesh. But have they suspended that bilateral trade between India and Pakistan? Not for a short while. No, they haven't done anything. We need military support. We need to teach a lesson to Bangladesh right now. Navika ji, this is the time. We should stand for the right of our Hindu brothers and sisters in Bangladesh, for their security, their right, we want to, and this is our duty as a neighbor. But what we are getting from the Indian government, Ministry of External Affairs,
Abbas Haider, I must point out that your confusion makes it difficult for anybody to figure out what do you want. Sushant Sareen, Abbas Haider on the one side is saying that India is both the mother and father of Bangladesh. On the other, they are saying military action le lo. On the other side, they are saying suspend trade. What is that the solution in messaging? They can't express a word, but they want military action from the Indian government. Is that the solution?
I just want to ask Mr. Haider if he supports the military action that Israel took in Gaza to teach Hamas a lesson for what they had done on October 7. I'm sure he'll never agree to that. Now, he wants us to replicate what Israel did in Gaza.
Can't compare apple and oranges, sir. We stand with the oppressed everywhere. No, we stand with the oppressed even in Bangladesh or in Gaza or in India. We stand with the oppressed. And if you want to be the oppressor, we are against you. And we have
Wasn't Israel oppressed on October 7 when so many people in Israel were killed? That is not an oppression, sir.
And there was a chain of operation from the side of Israel. That's a different topic, Navika ji. We are talking about our national security over here. We are talking
Sushant Sareen, you have your answer.
Because we have serious threat of infiltration from Bangladesh, and we cannot afford that infiltration from Bangladesh at this point of time. We cannot have.
Okay, all right. Allow Sushant Sareen to respond to you, Abbas Haider. Sushant Sareen.
We can't.
I'm sure Mr. Abbas Haider is so incensed about the infiltration from Bangladesh. He will have no objections whatsoever if Bangladeshis who have come into India and infiltrated into India are expelled in droves. I'm sure he will support the government, whichever the government is in. But I'm also sure that he will not.
2019, 1,503
Abbas Haider, you can't continuously. No, Abbas Haider, you cannot continuously speak over everybody. Please hold on. You've had your turn. You've had 2 interventions already. Just hold on. Listen to Sushant Sareen.
So he makes a point, and the moment that point is rebutted, he butts in. So he should learn the decorum of how to behave. I kept quiet every time these people talk. I don't interrupt. So I would at least expect this courtesy from these people. So one is that, you need to be clear. Now, I agree with the point that, look, mere condemnations are not enough. And I think there has to be some punitive action, something more than that. But action does not necessarily mean that you go and declare war on a country. This is not a child's play. This is not, you don't even declare war on a neighbor if somebody does next to your house. You are talking about two countries fighting a war. If you want to expel a Bangladeshi, these people will rise up in arms. Why are you expelling Bangladeshis? There are so many Bangladeshis who have infiltrated. These people actually give them protection because they get moved. So the point is that we have to be realistic about what can be done and what should be done. I'm not saying that punitive action should not be taken. Yes, maybe on trade, Mr. Haider is not aware or he has not read enough. There have been plenty of actions which have been taken on the trade front. Yes, trade has not been suspended. It has not been cancelled. It's a graded response. There are any number of actions that have been taken over the last 1 year. If Mr. Haider would, instead of doing rabble-rousing, if he was to devote some attention to the number of measures and steps that have been taken, he would be better informed. I would really request him to go and look at the steps that have been taken.
Absolutely. India has revoked the key transshipment facility that permitted Bangladesh to export good to third countries and Indian land customs stations. This was done in April, sir, and Bangladesh has to pay a price of $40 million annually for this. They've done. Action has been taken. It has to be graded, as Sushant Sareen says. But the point, one minute, I'm coming to both of you, but I want to raise the question. And my question is that if somebody can see the lynchings that are happening in Bangladesh and call them out, look at the ecosystem on how it goes to intimidate them, troll them, as I said in the case of Janhvi Kapoor. While you may think that her view is not important, the fact is she found her voice. But Waris Pathan, how many people, how many political parties in India have found their voice? The Congress party, Digvijay Singh, Rashid Alvi, you've heard what statements they've made. I want to ask you, if there was such a treatment given to anybody else, all of you would have come together. Just because it is Hindus, Hindu lives don't matter, Waris Pathan?
Well, Navika, good evening to you and to my fellow co-panelists. I did not intervene when they were making their points, so I would like them to extend the same courtesy to me. Navika, first and foremost thing, violence of mob lynching is highly condemnable. I, in strong words, condemn the mob lynching in Bangladesh. Nobody has a right to take law into their own hands. Everybody has to follow the rule of law. And would like the Bangladeshi government to take stern steps to ensure the safety of the Hindu minorities there and to see to it that those who are the perpetrators of the crime are punished. The mob lynching anywhere is condemnable, Navika, whether there or here. I would also like the Indian governments to intervene it and to see that the safety of the Hindu minority is protected in Bangladesh. Let them take steps. But what we are seeing in our country as well as in India, every day we have witnessed mob lynching of Muslims in the name of cow or not deciding the JSR. Sometimes they just on the suspicion of cow smuggling, they are mob lynched, but nobody condemns it. No punishment to them. And now Ikhlaq, who was mob lynched in the suspicion of carrying cow meat, which ultimately was found out to be buffalo meat, was mob lynched in Uttar Pradesh, and the perpetrators of the crime who killed Ikhlaq, the UP government wants to withdraw the cases on them. So is this not giving helping the mob lynchers? What precedents are we setting before the entire country? The mob lynching anywhere must be condemned in highly condemnable action. Now, as you named the actress quite several times, you took the name of Janhvi Kapoor. Let me tell her, Janhvi Kapoor is an Indian actress. She got name, fame, money, power, everything from India. She's a Bollywood actress. Her parents are from Bollywood. Top actress Sridevi's daughter. Now, she condemned Bangladesh incident. Very good. Mob lynching was done, very good. But she was also raise her voice when mob lynching happens in our country. Why at that time do they keep their mouth shut and why don't they take raise as the time? Why don't they object? Why don't they condemn? Why don't they say that, okay, this perpetrator should also be punished? So this is not double standard, Navika. Can you just believe this? She said, okay, I'm happy that she said that condemn it. But here also mob lynchings are happening. Nobody has a right to take law into their own hands. Everybody has to follow the rule of law. And our country has a constitution. We follow the rule of law. But what happens at the BJP? What do they do? What steps have they taken to ensure the safety of the
Ram Narayan Baghel was lynched in Kerala.
Mere lip service by the Indian government will not help the government.
Ram Narayan, when he was lynched in Kerala, Did you tweet?
Allow
Did
me.
you?
Whenever.
No. So tell me.
Yes, Navika, I have been debating with you. Yeah, let me come to that. Navika, we have been debating since the 10 years I have been coming to your channel. You show me a single incident where I have not condemned violence or mob lynching of any particular person. No religion allows a person to be killed in this way. No religion would say, okay, go.
But the fact is, there is no march. अखलाक के लिए march हुआ था, and rightly so. Why not for Ram Narayan Baghel is the question I'm asking you, because hypocrisy and your whataboutery is not going to help. Radhika Khera wants to respond. Radhika.
Navika ji, here the Samajwadi Party spokesperson was talking about that we should be taking action. 1 second. Baris Pathan sahab, you kept quiet when Kirshan Lal in Jodhpur was lynched. During the Palghar lynching, you kept quiet. Multiple lives have been lost. Hindu families have been displaced, forced to flee their homes. Their properties have been vandalized, torched, and they've been killed in Topic Hall in Murshidabad. Sir, if you expect us to stay silent, please repeat. Please repeat, sir. I didn't speak over you. Please extend the same courtesy. Sir, extend the same courtesy that I extended to you. Please don't intervene. Now here, the Samajwadi Party spokesperson wants us to go and attack Bangladesh, as if Bangladesh is a misbehaving colony that can be just set right by force. Please, Bangladesh is a sovereign nation and India is a responsible regional power. We are not a rogue state that launches military actions just because a TV studio spokesperson demands it. Sir, have you got your own leader, Akhilesh Yadav, to even condemn the killing of Hindus in Bangladesh? Show me one statement or one tweet by Mr. Akhilesh Yadav and then call us.
Abbas Haider, please respond. 30 seconds. Respond, please.
कान पकड़ के ठीक करियो, कान
नाविका जी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई टेल यू, नाविका जी, मुझे पता था यही सवाल आने वाला. आई नो दिस वाज कमिंग. अखिलेश जी ने क्या लिखा है, कोई भी समुदाय चाहे वो बांग्लादेश का हो, आई ट्रांसलेट इन इंग्लिश, नो कम्युनिटी whether it is the majority in Bangladesh with a different viewpoint or the minority of Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists or any other religious sect believed should become a victim of violence. The government of India must raise this issue empathically. This is what Mr. Akhilesh Yadav ji has said. So, sir, madam, ये झूठ मत फैलाइए. First of all, you talking about grade response. So now when the violence in Bangladesh are increasing, the grade of response should increase. This is what I'm saying. No, wait. The grade of response must increase. Are you planning to suspend between India and
Radhika Khera is asking a fact check. Abbas Haider, please read the date of the tweet of Akhilesh ji. Akhilesh ji की tweet का date बता दीजिए, please. She is asking for a date. Date बता दीजिए.
Madam, it is from 11th of August. The tweet is from 11th of August. और अखिलेश जी ये बात लगातार कह रहे हैं.
Okay, 11th of August. Well, 11th of August, which year, sir? 11th of August, which year, sir?
24.
और मैम, अगर आपको, if you believe that the atrocity.
No, Abbas Haider, I'm sorry you have exposed yourself. You would have been safer if you hadn't read that tweet out. And I want to bring it. No, I'm lowering your fader. Ishkaran Bhandari. Has Abbas Haider been caught out today? Akhilesh Yadav's tweet is from 2024 August 11th, as he says. No word for the killing of Deepu Chandra Das. Not one word. Yet, whenever anything untoward happens in India, they go and scream on their top of their voices because it is a community they want to appease. Hindus, इनके वोट शायद नहीं चाहिए, इनके बारे में क्यों बोलना है? So not one word of opposition that has come from either Akhilesh Yadav or you've heard what the Congress has said. Ishkaran.
Navika ji, while we are debating here, in real time, genocide of Hindus is happening in Bangladesh. One is lynched and burned publicly. Another is also killed publicly. Houses are attacked. So let us please give it the seriousness it deserves. Because this is not new that people will start immediately talking about Bharat as Lynchistan or such an examples. It is happening since time immemorial. When the world was battling with Islamist terror, they created a bogey of saffron terror in Bharat. When there was communist economic policies and economy was tanking, they called it a Hindu rate of growth. When Bangladesh is doing atrocities on Hindus, they will try to divert the topic. Let us take it for granted. There are enough political parties in India who do not care if Hindus anywhere in the world, including India, if they are killed or they are lynched. But we have to move beyond it, because we have to come to what is happening to Hindus in Bangladesh. There is a time to talk, there is a time to act, there's a time for diplomacy, there's a time for decisive action, including up to whether it be a surgical strike, whether it be a trade move, whether it be a water move, whether it be an attack. We saw what Donald Trump is doing in Nigeria, a country where Christians are not, in a sense, American citizens who are there or have any such impact in America. Still he goes out and carries out a strike and openly says, I am protecting Christians even if they be continents away. India has to realize that we have done something. We made CAA law, which led to a lot of opposition, which led to Delhi riots. Let it be. The duty of Bharat is to protect Hindus, I believe, anywhere in the world, especially in our neighborhood, which is exactly right next to our border. And it's not only about Hindus there. They are also trying to talk about greater Bangladesh. They are trying to provoke Bharat. Whether this provocation has to be responded in what manner is to be seen. But it has to be responded. One more point, because you talked about Janhvi Kapoor and certain ecosystem which generally talks about women rights, immediately goes into body shaming, into all sorts of allegations on her. But why are we on that? Anytime somebody speaks on Hindus, he has to be attacked. But when a Karishma Kapoor Khan and the entire ecosystem, because a crime happened in Kathua, came out with posters saying Hindustan, Devistan, temple, to do with a crime, relating it directly with Devistan. I do not know how many of them even know the word Devistan unless their PR team printed it, or how many times do they describe India as Hindustan. But immediately everybody in Bollywood came out with that poster. But that was okay, that was secular, that was linking a crime with a religious place. Okay, you won't do it with any other religion. So that way Bollywood is okay. But when somebody speaks about Hindus,
Rajkumar Rajan ji, my point is, how many people in political parties across India have condemned Iltija Mufti for daring to call India Lynchistan? आपको लगता है कि ये हिंदुस्तान नहीं, भारत नहीं, लिंचिस्तान है?
नहीं, देखिए, कोई भी सभ्य समाज होगा और सभ्यता और संस्कृति यह कहता है कि मॉब लिंचिंग किसी भी सब सोसाइटी में नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर मॉब लिंचिंग हो रहा है, उसके बर्बरता पर प्रश्न खड़ा होता है, उसका विरोध करना चाहिए, प्रतिकार करना चाहिए और एक नया रास्ता की तलाश करने हेतु एक निर्णय लेना चाहिए। भारत सरकार को यह निर्णय लेना पड़ेगा कि बांग्लादेश में जो हिंदुओं के साथ हो रहा है, वह चाहे अमृतलाल मंडल हो, चाहे दीपू चंद्र दास हो, सरकार सिर्फ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस से नहीं काम चलेगा। आपको निर्णय लेना चाहिए, एक ऐसा निर्णय लेना चाहिए, ठोस जवाब देना चाहिए। बहरहाल बांग्लादेश में जो कुछ भी हुआ वो बर्बर है, बर्बरता है, उसका विरोध होना चाहिए, वो जघन्य अपराध की तरह है। लेकिन क्या हम यह भूल चुके हैं कि जिस संस्कृति, जिस सभ्यता पर हम गौरवान्वित होते हैं, भारतीय संस्कृति सभ्यता पर, हमारे ही राज्य में उड़ीसा में जुएल राणा के साथ जो हुआ उसको अपराध के श्रेणी में आप नहीं मानेंगे? क्या वह मॉब लिंचिंग को प्रमाणित किया जा सकता है, साबित किया जा सकता है? क्या वह जघन्य अपराध नहीं है, बर्बरता नहीं है? एक व्यक्ति अपने ही स्टेट में, अपने ही राज्य में दूसरे जगह कमाने जाता है, वह रोजगार की तलाश में जाता है और उसको एक बंगाली के नाम, पश्चिम बंगाल के नाम
बिल्कुल माना जाना चाहिए और 6 लोग उसके लिए अरेस्ट भी हो गए हैं। लेकिन भारत को आप लिंचिस्तान कहेंगे? मुझे तेजस्वी जी का एक भी स्टेटमेंट दिखा दीजिए जहां उन्होंने बांग्लादेश में हुए नरसंहार पर एक शब्द भी कहा हो। दिखा दीजिए मुझे ट्वीट, मुझे स्टेटमेंट दिखा दीजिए, बता दीजिए।
देखिए, हम
समय नहीं है क्या?
नाविका जी, हम समाजवादी मूल्य को मानने वाले हैं, लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था, धर्मनिरपेक्षता को स्वीकार करने वाले व्यक्ति मानते हैं, उसमें विश्वास करते हैं। हम किसी भी मॉब लिंचिंग को स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते।
बता दीजिए ना, स्टेटमेंट दिखा दीजिए। वेयर इज द स्टेटमेंट? वेयर इज द स्टेटमेंट? राधिका खेड़ा, वेयर इज द स्टेटमेंट?
नाविका जी,
neither Akhilesh Yadav nor Tejasvi Yadav, none of them have time to give a statement.
It will not come. It will not come, Navika ji, like the TMC leader's statement you were showing in the beginning. एक minute. The TMC spokesperson or leader, whoever was speaking during your package, she said that same thing is happening in India and Bangladesh and India के संबंध आपस में है. In their rule, during TMC's rule, multiple Hindus have been lynched, and yet she is saying that we are in coherence with Bangladesh and have, like, coming back to RJD and Samajwadi Party. अब भाई साहब आरजेडी, आप लोगों के घर में तो हैलोवीन भी मनाई जाती है, क्रिसमस, कल यीशु का जन्मदिन भी मनाया जा रहा था, तो कम से कम माइनॉरिटी क्रिश्चियंस के लिए बोल देते। हिंदू के लिए आपसे हम नहीं उम्मीद करते कि आप बोलेंगे। आप तो इतने धूमधाम से कल क्रिसमस मना रहे थे, राबड़ी देवी जी की वीडियो थे। अरे माइनॉरिटीज के लिए, किसी के लिए तो बोलिए।
Radhika Khera ji questions will also be asked about the fringe group in India who have destroyed, and objected to Christmas celebrations across the country. Matter of worry, they need to be reined in as well. But the question I want to ask Abbas Haider, PDA था, दलित था, दीपू चंद्र दास, अखिलेश जी का कोई स्टेटमेंट याद आया, ढूंढा, कुछ मिला? पीडीए याद करिए, वो भी तो एक प्लैंक है आपकी राजनीति का।
मैं अखिलेश जी का ही प्रवक्ता हूं नाविका जी, मैं अखिलेश जी का ही प्रवक्ता हूं और मैं कह रहा हूं इससे बर्बर, इससे गंदी बात कुछ हो नहीं सकती। और मैं सरकार से मांग कर रहा हूं एक मजबूत सरकार दिखाए भारत की, कि एक मजबूत
सुशांत सरीन
क्या कर सकते।
सुशांत सरीन, now 20 days later the spokesperson condemns it. No candle march, no marches, no protests for all of this. Is this a coincidence, Sushant Sari?
Navika ji, just one more second. Just 5
No, it's not a coincidence. Navika, even you know what the hell is happening out here. This is pure virtue signaling from these guys. The moment any action starts being taken, you will see copious tears being shed by many of these people. They will, look, they have to accuse the government. And I'm not saying that the government is doing everything right. Certainly not. There is a lot more that can be done and should be done. But the point is that a lot of this criticism that is coming is not because out of the purity of heart or because they actually believe in it. This is because they think that this is a good thing. This is a government which, fights or its politics is based on Hindu votes. So pull them down by saying that you have not done anything to save Hindus. The moment they start doing something, these same guys will come out and say that this is a Muslim, you're killing Muslims in some other country. So it's a kind of a catch-22 situation in which they want to catch the government. But that's not the point. I think the important point is that India needs to really start asserting itself. And this is, maybe at this point of time, this is not the right thing to say. But I think we really need to develop a lot of leverages, a lot of instruments in the neighborhood to ensure that this kind of thing does not happen. Somebody mentioned about what was happening in Nigeria. The point is, America can do many things and get away with it. Can India do the same thing? I think we should try and reach that position where we can carry out similar operations without anybody caring.
Certainly, India has to take a stern decision and move very decisively in the matter of Bangladesh. But it is the different strokes for different folks. The very, very hypocritical standards that are maintained by the opposition, calling India Lynchistan, but not one word about Bangladesh, just doesn't suit their politics. I mean, is politics just so self-centered that you don't care about any lives? You care about the, Palestine issue, but you don't care about what's happening in your own neighborhood? It's a question that needs answers sooner than later. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.